You may think cheese is just a snack, something harmless you add to your sandwich or enjoy on a cracker. But for people over 60, cheese can quietly become a hidden trigger, raising your stroke risk in the middle of the night without you even realizing it. Every 40 seconds in the United States, someone suffers a stroke, and many of them went to bed the night before believing everything was fine. You are told to watch your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your memory. But no one mentions that what is sitting in your refrigerator could be part of the problem. That harmless slice may not be as innocent as it looks. Have you ever wondered if one bite could tip the scale? Let me share a story I hear often. A woman tells me, "My mother is 72 and she eats cream cheese every morning on her bagel. I never thought it could hurt her." Maybe that sounds like your family, or even like you. The comfort food that has been part of your routine for decades may no longer serve your body the same way. Our blood vessels lose flexibility with age, and our brains become more sensitive to small changes in circulation. So I want to ask you directly, if something as ordinary as cream cheese or processed slices could quietly stiffen your arteries, would you want to know before it is too late? Here is the truth. Not all cheese is dangerous, and you do not have to give it up to protect your senior health. But the type you choose matters more than most people ever realize. There are 4 common cheeses that silently raise your risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and brain fog. And there are 4 gentle, nourishing cheeses that can actually support your brain health and circulation after 60. Before this conversation ends, you will know exactly which ones to avoid and which to embrace. Stay with me, because one small change on your plate can shape the strength of your heart and mind tomorrow. It looks so simple, doesn't it? Those neat yellow slices that melt perfectly on a burger or a sandwich. Convenient, familiar, always waiting in the fridge. But convenience sometimes hides danger. For people over 60, processed cheese is not just food. It is part of the ultra-processed group linked with higher stroke risk and heart strain. Have you ever made a quick lunch with 2 slices of bread, a slice of cheese, maybe some ham? Thinking it is harmless, many of my patients tell me the same story. "Doctor, I have eaten this for years. I know how comforting habits can be." But with age, our circulation no longer forgives these daily shortcuts. Here is what science shows. A 2024 meta-analysis found that people who eat the most ultra-processed foods like packaged cheese slices face a 17% higher risk of cardiovascular disease compared with those who eat the least. Each slice can contain over 300 milligrams of salt, and 2 slices already give you a third of your daily limit. Now imagine your arteries after 60. They are less elastic, less forgiving. Add too much salt and your blood pressure spikes silently at night. This is when many strokes occur, hidden until morning. You wake up dizzy, or your fingers feel numb and you wonder why. The truth is, sometimes it started with what you ate yesterday. One gentleman told me, "I am 68 and I eat cheese sandwiches almost every night. My father had silent strokes. Could this be my future?" His words stayed with me. If you have parents or grandparents who lived this, you understand the fear. The food that once gave comfort may now be placing pressure on your brain. The good news is you do not have to give up taste. You only need to know which choices protect you. Processed slices may look friendly, but they belong to the enemy's list. In the next part, we will uncover another cheese that surprises many. Bold in flavor, but even bolder in the risks it carries. Blue cheese has a strong smell, a bold taste, and for many it feels like a sign of sophistication. But here is the problem. The stronger the flavor, the stronger the risk. Behind those blue veins lies a hidden compound called tyramine. For people over 60, tyramine can push blood pressure up quickly, creating silent but dangerous spikes that the heart and brain cannot easily handle anymore. A daughter once told me, "My father loved blue cheese on every salad. He believed it made him healthy." She was shocked when his doctor warned him to stop after a sudden blood pressure crisis. Maybe you or your loved ones feel the same trusting, bold flavors as harmless. But when vessels are already stiff, every bite with hidden compounds can be like striking a fragile wall. A study in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension showed that older adults who consumed high tyramine diets were significantly more likely to experience sudden increases in blood pressure, sometimes within hours. Add this to arteries narrowed by age, and the outcome can be a hypertensive crisis, a medical emergency that can trigger a stroke or heart attack. This is why what feels like just cheese can be more serious than it looks. I know it is not easy to give up something you enjoy. Maybe you have shared blue cheese with friends, paired it with wine, or sprinkled it on salads for years. But if you are already on blood pressure medicine, or if strokes run in your family, that bold wedge may not be your friend anymore. The risk is not worth the temporary pleasure on your tongue. So here is my gentle request. If you are someone who adds blue cheese to your salad, drop a yes in the comments. You are not alone. Many seniors do. And it is never about shame, it is about awareness. Because the next cheese we will talk about looks softer, gentler, almost innocent. Yet cream cheese spread thick on your morning bagel may quietly be even more dangerous. It feels soft, gentle, almost innocent. A creamy spread on warm toast or a bagel in the morning. But here is what many seniors do not realize. Cream cheese is rich in saturated fat. That smooth taste may look harmless, but inside your body, it can quietly push up your LDL cholesterol and set the stage for hardened arteries. A man of 68 once told me, "Every morning I spread cream cheese on my bagel, but lately I feel foggy in my head after breakfast." Have you ever noticed that too, feeling tired, heavy, or unable to think clearly after a meal? That is not just age. Sometimes it is the way your circulation responds to hidden fat. Research from the National Institutes of Health confirms it. Diets high in saturated fat raise LDL cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol. Over time, LDL builds up in your arteries, a process called atherosclerosis. When those arteries supply your brain or your heart, the result can be devastating, blocking blood flow, increasing your risk for stroke or heart attack without warning. Imagine your arteries as soft, flexible tubes when you were young. Now imagine them stiff-lined with plaque, struggling to deliver oxygen. That is what too much cream cheese does when eaten daily. It is not about one bite. It is about the repeated pattern every morning, slowly tipping the balance against your brain and your heart. I know how comforting these habits feel. You may have shared cream cheese breakfasts with your children or carried that taste from your younger years. Letting go feels unfair, but ask yourself, is the brief comfort worth the risk of a foggy mind, or worse, a silent stroke? Sometimes awareness is the most loving choice you can make for yourself. The hopeful news is, you do not need to erase creaminess from your life. There are safer, lighter options waiting for you, ones that nourish instead of harm. In a moment, we will talk about American cheese, a bright yellow favorite on burgers and sandwiches. It looks cheerful, but for seniors, it may be carrying a darker cost. That golden slice on a burger looks cheerful, doesn't it? Melted on grilled cheese or scrambled eggs, it feels like pure comfort. But here is the truth. American cheese is not really cheese. It is a processed mix of milk, whey, food colorings, and additives. What looks golden on your plate may slowly dull the brightness of your memory and your circulation after 60. I once spoke with a woman caring for her husband who ate American cheese daily. She told me he always thought it was harmless, just a sandwich topping. Many seniors believe the same. It feels like a small indulgence, but the body sees something else: salt, preservatives, and emulsifiers that place more stress on blood vessels already working harder with age. Each slice can contain up to 400 milligrams of sodium and nearly 5 grams of saturated fat. But what worries me most are the additives and phosphates. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, diets high in processed cheese are linked to increased inflammation of the blood vessels. Over time, this weakens arterial walls, raising the risk of cognitive decline, stroke, and heart disease. Think about it. If your arteries are already stiff, every extra dose of salt and synthetic chemicals adds more strain. You may not feel it right away. Maybe just a little dizziness, a bit of brain fog after a meal. But these are the quiet whispers of your body. Ignoring them can mean missing the early warnings before something serious happens. I know cheese brings back warm memories, family meals, cookouts, a favorite sandwich. Letting go of that bright slice feels unfair. But awareness is power. You deserve choices that protect your heart, not harm it. So before you unwrap another slice, pause. Because next, we will turn the corner. Not all cheeses are enemies. There are soft, nourishing options like ricotta that can actually support your health. Sometimes the smallest swap makes the biggest difference. Ricotta cheese may look soft and simple, but that is where its power lies. Unlike cream cheese, it is naturally lower in sodium and higher in protein. That means you get the comfort of creaminess without the heavy load of fat and salt. A gentle change like this can ease pressure on your heart and brain. One of my patients, 69 years old, told me I switched from cream cheese to ricotta, and within weeks I felt lighter, less foggy. Have you ever experienced that morning haze, the kind that slows your thoughts? Sometimes it is not just age, it is circulation. When you choose ricotta, you are giving your body a food that works with you, not against you. Half a cup of ricotta contains around 14 grams of high-quality protein, yet only about 50 milligrams of sodium. It is also rich in calcium, which supports both bones and blood vessels. Stronger vessels mean steadier blood pressure. That is why researchers often describe ricotta as heart-friendly. It does not just fill your stomach, it nourishes the very system that keeps your brain sharp. Imagine waking up and enjoying your breakfast without worrying about hidden risks. Instead of heavy fat that stiffens arteries, you are feeding your body protein that repairs muscles and minerals that calm your circulation. Every bite becomes an act of self-care. And the best part, you do not lose the joy of taste. You gain peace of mind with every creamy spoonful. I know how important it is for you to keep the foods you love. Ricotta gives you that option, without the danger. If you have ever felt guilty about eating cheese, here is your safe path forward. Try it tomorrow on whole grain toast or blended with herbs. And stay with me because the next cheese, cottage cheese, may be the most underrated powerhouse for senior health. Cottage cheese may look plain, almost too simple to matter, but do not let its gentle appearance fool you. This little bowl is quietly one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can keep in your fridge. Light in taste, but rich in nutrition, it is the kind of cheese that actually supports circulation, strengthens vessels, and fuels your body without hidden risks. A woman of 70 told me I thought cottage cheese was just diet food, but after I started eating it, I noticed I felt steadier and clearer. Have you ever had mornings where your energy dipped too soon? That shaky, foggy feeling is often linked to blood sugar swings. Cottage cheese helps calm those waves, keeping your brain more stable. 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese delivers about 28 grams of protein, plus vitamin B12 and selenium. Protein stabilizes blood sugar, while B12 supports memory and nerve health. Selenium is especially powerful. A 2020 study in Nutrients found that seniors with higher selenium intake had better endothelial function, the thin lining of your blood vessels making arteries more flexible and less likely to stiffen. Think of your arteries like narrow country roads. If they stay soft and open, blood flows smoothly. But if they stiffen, traffic slows and blockages form. Cottage cheese helps keep those roads clearer. That means fewer silent spikes in pressure, less strain on the brain, and a calmer, steadier body you can rely on throughout the day. I know you may have overlooked cottage cheese before passing it in the dairy aisle without a second glance. It does not shout for attention like other foods. But sometimes the quietest choices make the loudest difference in your health. Every spoonful is like a soft promise that you can enjoy food and still protect your heart and mind. If you want something easy to try, mix cottage cheese with fresh berries or cucumber slices. You will feel the difference. And do not stop here, because the next cheese goat cheese may surprise you even more. Tangy and creamy, it is gentle on digestion, yet powerful for brain energy. Let me show you why this one matters. Goat cheese is different. It feels lighter on the stomach, yet it delivers surprising strength. For many seniors, digestion becomes more sensitive, and foods that were once easy can now feel heavy. But goat cheese is naturally gentler. Even more, it carries medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs, which your body converts quickly into brain energy. A small crumble can brighten your mind more than you expect. I remember a man of 70 who said, "When I switched to goat cheese, I felt more alert, less tired after meals." Have you ever noticed that certain foods leave you sluggish, while others make you feel light? That is your body telling you something. Goat cheese not only digests more easily, it also fuels your brain in ways cream cheese or processed slices cannot. Studies in the Journal of Nutrition show that MCTs improve cognitive performance in older adults, especially those experiencing early memory decline. Goat cheese is also rich in calcium and phosphorus minerals that strengthen blood vessels and bones. On top of that, it contains natural probiotics which help reduce inflammation in your body. Less inflammation means calmer arteries and a lower risk of sudden blood pressure spikes. Imagine enjoying food that not only comforts your taste buds, but also clears the fog in your head. Instead of waking up drained, you feel sharper, steadier, more present with your loved ones. That is the hidden gift of goat cheese. It is not about luxury. It is about choosing a food that helps your circulation flow more smoothly and your memory stay more alive. I know change feels intimidating. You may have trusted cow's milk cheeses for decades, but trying goat cheese could be one of the simplest steps you take for your senior health. Crumble it on vegetables, spread it lightly on whole grain crackers, and notice how your body responds. And keep listening, because the final cheese fresh mozzarella may surprise you with its gentle power to protect your circulation. Fresh mozzarella is soft white and full of gentle freshness. Unlike the aged or processed slices, this cheese is low in sodium and rich in friendly bacteria. That makes it one of the most heart-friendly options you can choose. Fresh, protective, and nourishing. This is the kind of cheese that helps blood vessels relax instead of stiffen, supporting your circulation every single day after 60. A 72-year-old woman once told me I started adding fresh mozzarella to my salads, and I felt lighter, less bloated. Have you ever noticed how some foods weigh you down while others make you feel refreshed? That is what happens here. Fresh mozzarella is not only easy to digest, it gives your body nutrients without the overload of salt or artificial additives. Research published in Frontiers in Cardiovascular Medicine shows that seniors with more diverse gut bacteria had healthier, more flexible arteries. Fresh mozzarella provides probiotics that help nurture this balance, reducing arterial stiffness and inflammation. With each slice, you are not just enjoying flavor, you are feeding your gut and protecting your vessels. That is a powerful way to lower stroke risk while still enjoying food you love. Picture a summer plate: fresh mozzarella, ripe tomatoes, a drizzle of olive oil. Not only is it delicious, but every bite is helping your arteries stay calm, your blood pressure stay steady, and your brain stay clear. Instead of fog after a meal, you feel steady and energized. Sometimes the most refreshing foods are also the ones that protect you the most. I want to hear from you. Do you enjoy tomato and mozzarella salads? If you do, drop a yes in the comments. Sharing your habits may inspire someone else to try. Remember, food can be joy and medicine at the same time. And now that you have seen the 4 worst and the 4 best cheeses, let us bring everything together in one closing reminder. At the very beginning, I asked you a simple question. Could something as ordinary as the cheese in your fridge quietly shape your tomorrow? Now you know why I asked. We uncovered how 4 common cheeses, processed slices, blue cream, and American can stiffen your arteries and raise your stroke risk without warning. And we also discovered how 4 others, ricotta, cottage goat, and fresh mozzarella, can nourish your senior health support, your circulation, and even protect your memory. This journey has shown us that every bite you take after 60 is more than flavor. It is a choice that either burdens or frees your heart and brain. Here is the hopeful truth. You do not need to give up cheese to protect your health. You only need to choose differently. A small swap ricotta instead of cream cheese, cottage cheese instead of processed slices can make a powerful difference. These are not dramatic changes that take away your joy. They are gentle shifts that give you more energy, clearer thinking, and steadier blood pressure. You still get to enjoy creamy, satisfying foods, but this time they work for your body, not against it. That means fewer mornings of brain fog, fewer nights of hidden pressure spikes, and more days feeling present with the people you love. Now I want to hear from you. If you are willing to try just one swap starting today, drop a number 1 in the comments. If you are thinking about sharing this with your parents, your spouse, or a friend who is over 60, send it to them right now. Sometimes the smallest action, like sharing a piece of knowledge, can save someone from a silent stroke tomorrow. And if you have already enjoyed ricotta cottage cheese or mozzarella, let us know your favorite way to eat it. Your story may inspire another senior to take that same first step toward better circulation and clearer memory. So let this be your reminder. Your brain deserves clear flow, your heart deserves ease, and you deserve peaceful days ahead. Every choice matters, but you are still in control. You can protect yourself without fear, without giving up the foods you love. You can enjoy cheese family meals and traditions while also protecting your future. I want you to feel not just cautious, but empowered. Because awareness is not about restriction. It is about freedom. Freedom to live longer, to think sharper, and to be there for the moments that truly matter. That is the gift, waiting for you one small change at a time.